See you on the other side live. I'm Mike.
I'm Wendy.
And we just wanted to share with you guys some of the stories that we talk about in the See You on the Other Side newsletter that comes out every Friday morning that you can subscribe to at othersidepodcast.com/subscribe. Okay, Wendy, what do you think we should talk about tonight that's going to be in the newsletter tomorrow? Oh, Wendy, I think I lost you real quick. Okay, try to jump back in, Wendy, if you can. I'm going to send you this link again so that Wendy can join in. Anyway, so what we were going to talk about is it's a thing that came out today about Manchester, England. All right, and so this is a pretty funny one. So there's a studio in Manchester, which is the northwest of England, called Granadaland. And Granada was built in the late 50s, early 60s as an alternative to the BBC. So you might have seen, if you ever watched any kind of public television in the 1970s and 1980s, you might have seen Granada television. And so chances are that was filmed at Granadaland. When I think of Granada television, I think of the 1980s Adventures of Sherlock Holmes with Jeremy Brett. And that was all filmed at Granadaland TV in Manchester. And so the thing is that this place has been around for a little over 50 years, Granadaland TV. And so the thing is, it's about to be torn down. So they're going to take the TV studio and they are going to tear it down. So what's going to happen to Granadaland? Well, they're going to have a big party. And let's see what they're going to call it. They're going to call it the Granadaland Rat Party. The most famous show, probably broadcast or filmed at Granadaland, is Coronation Street. Oh, Wendy's back.
Hi, I don't know what happened. I think a ghost must have hit my internet connection.
All right. So I was just telling everybody about Granadaland Studios.
Yeah, so what's up with this band that's like they're refusing to play?
Well, we haven't even got there yet. But we'll get there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So what
Spoiler
happened?
alert.
So Granadaland is about to be torn down, and so the last weekend that it's going to be in service, they have a thing called the Granadaland Rat Party, and that's a joke to rap. Like when
You're all going to wrap presents, right?
Yeah, or you're all going to just rap, like it's going to be like people are going to rhyme over each other. It's going to be like a rap battle.
Perfect.
All of Manchester's best rappers will be there. So it says live music, street food, a live DJ, and a themed cocktail bar, which means they'll probably have some kind of Coronation Street, which is a famous British soap opera. There's two big British soap operas that have been running for 50 years or whatever. One is the EastEnders, and the other is Coronation Street. So Coronation Street.
Are You Being Served?
Well, Are You Being Served was a great comedy from the 70s. Are you free, Mr. Humphreys? Yes, I'm free. I used to watch every Sunday night on Channel 10. So they're having this big party anyway next weekend, April 20th and 29th. And if you're not going to be in Manchester for the Rat Party next weekend, you should probably come to the Crystal Grand and see Sunspot perform.
Oh, definitely.
In the Wisconsin Dells. We'll be
Absolutely.
in the Wisconsin Dells next Sunday, or next Saturday night, April 29th. Okay, so what happened this week? Well, people were practicing at the studio. For the bands were practicing, and there's three bands here. Okay, number one is Take That, which is a British boy band, but it's a Take That tribute band.
I was just gonna say, hold on a minute.
Okay, Oasis is playing.
Or are they?
An Oasis tribute band. The Gallagher brothers, Liam and Noel, will be playing in spirit at Granadaland. And the third is, inexplicably, a Lionel Richie tribute band. So if you'd like to...
The fact that there is such a thing, come on. Is this world a beautiful place or what?
Hello, is it me you're looking for? So that's what you can see at Granadaland this weekend.
But don't forget, Mike, there is one other band that's also playing. an unnamed band. Perhaps they're too afraid
Ah,
to admit that
and
they're the chickens that refuse to play there because they're scared because of a ghosty.
well, the thing is, 1962. This is the place where the Beatles performed live for the first time on television,
That's awesome.
and it is also the place where "Take That," which I guess if you're English, is very popular. Performed live in the first time on television too. Wendy, at the Taxi conference, we sat across from a girl who opened up for "Take That" at Wembley. Remember, there was like this little, like there was a high school girl, and she was with her mom manager.
Don't remember, but
Okay, we were in Los Angeles and we were hanging out, and that
I
was the
do remember that particular venue. It was fun.
first time I ever heard her "Take That" because she's like, "Oh yeah, she got a chance to open up for them in a band called Girls Aloud."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is a big deal if you're British. So anyway, this is a big party there. So here's what happened. There was a loud whining coming from one of the amps, but when the engineers checked, they couldn't find anything wrong.
Sounds like
Buttons,
every show ever.
buttons on the mixing board started moving on their own, and lights started glowing really brightly on the amps. We thought maybe it was a power surge, but the engineers said it wasn't possible. One of the performers was really shaken up and left the building in tears.
Ooh, that was a scared person.
That was Noel Gallagher from Oasis. Like he was
His
there.
tribute band counterpart.
Right. He was like, oh my God, it's terrible. I'm so terrified. Um, but the, but
His name was actually Lowell Gallagher.
Noel Gallagher of the very famous band Oasis was playing. So, okay. The thing is that the stage manager took the band's experience seriously because Coronation Street cast members and staff had reported seeing ghosts in the studio for years. A frequent visitor is a spirit with long, dark hair that wears a coat that the show's late creator, Tony Warren, thought was the ghost of Pat Phoenix, who played a character named Elsie Tanner before she died in 1986. He said, "I would smell this great gala perfume. After Pat died, one of my dogs, who would always go bananas when cat came in the house, suddenly started to behave as if she was there again." It's a horrible accent for this Tony Warren character. But so he saw that, and then a tour guide there reported seeing a child and a woman dressed in Victorian clothes and another woman who floated around before disappearing. Well,
Well,
then,
that's pretty cool. Let's be honest.
yes, it is.
Not a lot of venues we've been to that have that type of apparitions regularly hanging out.
Oh, Scott says hello down there. Hi, Scott. Randy Williams says, no Aces.
Oh, ain't this Randy Williams?
Eric Goodwin, faux Aces. Thanks, Eric. The tribute band is called Fake That. That's a good.
Oh my God. It's brilliant.
I was going to say the Peanut Factory is brilliant right now. So, so they visited. If you guys watched cable in the early 2000s, if you're in the U.S., if you're in Britain, you probably saw Most Haunted. But Most Haunted, they'd always show on different like cable channels in the U.S. And I always used to watch it because this is the time we didn't have the paranormal TV shows yet. All we had was Crossing Over with John Edward.
Hi, Wyatt.
Hey, Wyatt, hello from Rockford. So you guys remember crossing Over with John Edward? John Edward's going to be in Madison next month. He refused an interview opportunity with us, with Wendy and I.
Boo.
Ooh, John Edward.
Weak sauce.
Like, you don't think you can handle us? Like, I want him to sit there and talk to my grandmother or something. But anyway, John Edward, I used to watch him every night. But then we watched Most Haunted, which is a British show. They did this whole thing from Granadaland Studios. But the thing is, they said that there was a rumor that the studio was built on top of a graveyard. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is only built in the 50s.
Yeah.
This isn't built in like the 1800s. This isn't built in the 1700s. It's built in the 50s. And I'm like, they really built it in a graveyard? I looked it up, and there is no evidence that it was built in a graveyard.
That you were able to find.
Right, that I was able to find.
On the interwebs.
Me and the good people of the internet and Wikipedia were not able to find that it was built. But the thing is, it's being reported in all the stories, like in The Sun and The Mirror.
Oh, no.
Is built on a graveyard because this is what they said in Most Haunted in 2005, and in the Most Haunted episode from Granadaland Studios. So the idea is, once again, disinformation doesn't have to be on the internet, but it can be even on a TV show.
Yeah.
Once you quote it in your work, like you're saying, like people don't even bother with a bibliography or a works cited or any kind of academic.
Well, hey, I Googled it.
I Googled it.
That counts for something.
Yeah. And so that's the funny thing, that all of a sudden, like, well, yeah, even Mysterious Universe. And Mysterious Universe I usually buy. But they say there's a large amount of historical evidence that the studios were built over an old graveyard.
Where's the evidence? Let's see it. Bring it on.
There's no link there. There's no work cited. And Mysterious Universe, I trust you. And this is a guy written by Paul Seaburn, and he wrote it. Actually, the date line is tomorrow, so maybe he's gonna change it before the 21st.
He wrote it in the future.
But the funny thing is, so 4/17/2016, you can see that they have a YouTube video of the priest actually like doing it, and he says something like, "You have to leave here." So, not taking any chances with the show, Wandsworth, who's the stage manager, the guy set up the event, hires an unnamed Roman Catholic priest to perform an exorcism on the soundstage. Well, he sprinkled holy water and told the spirit it had to leave. Legit. That may have been enough, since the spooked band is back in the bill. Fake that, or Phoenis, or Vinyl Bitchy. And the show will go on, said Wandsworth. However, just
I would hope so.
He says things have quieted down, so it looks like it's worked. But the Exorcist will be on hand during the performances to keep an eye on things.
Oh, seriously?
So,
that dude's just gonna hang out in the wings, like, with his incense, like, just in case.
I mean, number one, like exorcists, okay. Like, you don't just get an exorcism on command, whatever. Like, it has to be approved by the bishop. It's got to go through, like, if they exorcise a demon out of a body, they're not going to exorcise like, they don't, because the Catholics don't believe in ghosts.
Right, right.
So that's the whole thing.
Also, like, if they have him on hand, okay, let's just try to imagine the scenario in which he would be needed. Like, something horrible happens, that, like, oh no, there's feedback. Feedback on stage.
Right.
Quick, call the Exorcist. Hey, maybe we should get one of those for our shows.
We should probably get that, because it's like, oh no, the sound guy's not stoned, it's a ghost. Oh, yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Right.
And then he comes rushing on stage. You need to leave, please, immediately.
You have to get out of Granadaland Studios right now. It's what it smells like to me. And the thing is, this has made, national news, not just like our paranormal news sources. This made all over the news the idea that they had to call in the Exorcist so this festival can go on in Manchester this weekend, which stinks to me, as if they did not sell enough tickets.
Oh, it does. I smell that. I'm picking it up.
It smells like not a ticket to Granadaland.
The scent of desperation is strong enough to come all the way across the Atlantic Ocean.
You mean the biggest party in town isn't going to see an Oasis tribute band?
Shocking, isn't it?
At least Oasis and Lionel Richie have a
no Oasis.
Song catalog. No Oasis. Take that. What kind of song catalog do they have? Like, what do they have? 2 albums of like, any. I don't mean to just take that, but I'm just trying to say, totally sounds like they didn't sell enough tickets. This guy made up a story because now the band's back, and because the thing is, oh my god, the Lionel Richie tribute band is not going to show up. Whose heart is broken?
Smells like faux spirits.
It does. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean, it'll be maybe interesting to see what, if anything, happens, but I can't imagine that it's going to be, anything that's going to actually impact the party or the show. Like, right. It seems like something that's invented to drum up some talk, which it did a great job, because we're talking about it right now. But
absolutely,
just a little taste of what you can get every week in the See You on the Other Side podcast paranormal newsletter. Mike, how do they subscribe to that?
Well, you go down to this thing right here on othersidepodcast.com/subscribe is where you find it. And what we do is we find the coolest 5 paranormal stories, and then we find a paranormal song every week. We talk about it. And so it's also a place we'll give you updates on the See You on the Other Side podcast that does come out every Monday night.
Yep. New episodes, new topics, all kinds of good stuff.
And we love talking about weird stuff, and we love meeting you guys and talking about it. And we just finished up a a Patreon hangout where we talked exclusively about these things for an hour and a half. And our Patreon subscribers, we found some stories that maybe you wouldn't hear about, and we had a discussion. And the Patreons also help us with determining podcast topics and guests that we should bring on, and all that stuff. And so, if
And
you
it's
guys,
fun.
it is fun. And if you guys are interested in checking that out, othersidepodcast.com/donate. Everybody have a great Thursday night, a great 420. I'm obviously drinking weed-infused wine, I guess. Like, oh, man.
Dude, I got a contact high from that.
Right. I'm faded. Anyway, everybody have a great time and have a nice night, and we will see you on the other side.
Cheerio.